to the Friday show.
Good morning, Eagles, and welcome back to episode 27 of Eagle News. Today is Friday, October 4th, and today is National Taco Day. My name is Natalie.
And my name is Mara. Here are today's headlines. On Tuesday, October 8th, there will be a wrestling meeting at 7:45 a.m. in the room 161. Also, on Tuesday, there will be a cross-country banquet at 6 p.m. in the Commons. Thanks for a great season, Eagles.
Teachers, on Wednesday, there's a biometric screening at 6:30 to 9:30 in the library. And we here at Eagle News are excited for Hyatt's Way Day next Thursday. Look for a short special episode of Eagle News on that day.
If you're a member of the Boys Club here at Hyatt's, don't forget that there is a meeting from 11:30 to 12:30 in the staff dining room / courtyard for the cookout.
Our first segment for today's show is Word of the Week. The word of the week will be a higher-end word that Eagle News wants you to learn.
We'd love to see you use this word with Miss Damcheski today. Let's roll the video.
And today's word of the week is erudite.
Today's Eagle News word of the week is erudite. Erudite means to possess knowledge or learn something. The word erudite is an adjective.
She can turn any conversation into a erudite discussion.
He was never dull, always erudite and well-informed.
He was a erudite old man.
Bye, Eagles. I hope you learned a new word and use it in class.
Word today in class.
Did you know that Hyatt's has a Makerspace? Talk to your teachers if interested in using it, but to learn more, watch Willem's video from Eagle News all about it.
Hey Eagles, did you know there's a Makerspace in the library? Let's go check it out.
Okay, welcome to Hyatt's Makerspace. We have a lot of options here for you to enjoy and explore. In our first section here, we actually have quite a bit of high-tech items, drones, robots, different types of stop-motion animation equipment, Raspberry Pi, Makey, Ozobot robots. In our second section over here, we have more of building and constructing items, which would include STEM sets, Kiva blocks, Connects, Legos, Lego Mindstorm. Finally, in the third section of our Makerspace, we have more of art and craft type items where you get to create. We have sewing materials and beads, craft sticks, construction paper, pasta, origami paper, duct tape, items like that. And then finally, over here, we have our 3D printer in which you can create an item in Tinkercad. You can build an item and then come to us to help you load it into the 3D printer. Okay, when is the Makerspace open? We have a varying schedule on when you can come to the Makerspace. If you take a look at this board here in the Makerspace window, we have our schedule for the month in which we have different themes. Mrs. Frank, our Makerspace volunteer, actually helps Mrs. Neely and I plan the events each month. You'll want to go ahead and take a look at that. Study halls are able to come, as well as classes can be scheduled down here to have a portion of their activity in the Makerspace and in the library.
Watching Eagles, make sure to see Miss Frank on Wonderful Wednesdays at the Makerspace. See ya!
Thanks, Willem. Trivia. The question was, name a business with rude employees, and the answers were restaurant for 34 points. Congrats to Flay Hive, Meyer, Kern, Nicolosi, Vickers, and Juan. Retail store for 17 points. Good job to Bayard, Voss, and Diekman for 17 points. Supermarket for 9 points. Post office for 6 points. DMV for 5 points. Way to go for Vols, Hofstetter, Thompson, and Vogue. Bank for 5 points. Law enforcement for 5 points.
For today's trivia, send your answers to Mr. Meta. Here's today's question. Name a Disney character that would look best in a three-piece suit. Again, name a Disney character that would look best in a three-piece suit. Don't forget to text your answer to Mr. Meta.
Now let's go to the Eagle News This Day in History studio with Channing to tell us about what happened on this day.
Thank you, Natalie. On this day in 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the first artificial satellite which orbited the Earth until 1958. Inaugurated the space age and heightened Cold War competition between the USSR and the US. The spacecraft, named Sputnik after the Russian word for satellite, was launched at 10:29 p.m. Sputnik 1 started the beginning and marked the start of the space race. Sputnik had a diameter of 22 inches and weighed 184 pounds and circled Earth once every hour and 36 minutes. It traveled at 18,000 miles per hour and its elliptical orbit had an apogee of 584 miles and a perigee of 143 miles. That was an interesting day in history. Let's go back to Mara in the newsroom.
Wow, this day in history was crazy. Our already famous video series, Precious Pets, is a look at the amazing pets that are around the Heights community. Here's Emily with this week's report.
Hey Eagles, I'm Emily, and welcome back to the second episode of Precious Pets. This is Bailey, and she's a Siberian cat. She turned 2 in May. This is Murphy, and he was born in April of 2019, and it is 6th grader Patrick's and 8th grade Charlotte's cat. Lastly, this is Zoe, and she is a 16-year-old Papillonian Poodle mix. Thanks for watching, Eagles. Tune in next week for the next episode of Precious Pets. I'm Emily, reporting with Eagle News.
Thank you, Emily. Now let's give it up to Natalie for today's lunch report.
For lunch today, we will have a Philly cheesesteak sub with a featured entree, pizza bar, and grilled veggie wrap. Don't forget to grab your side of fruits or vegetables. Your choice of drink can be a juice or milk. Yummy!
I heard there's a new segment today, a show we've missed for a year and have a very special guest. Kitchen Conversations. Let's go see what's going on in the kitchen with Mr. Meta and Mrs. Carr.
Everybody, it's Mr. Meta, and it's October 3rd. Welcome to our first edition of Kitchen Conversations. How about, isn't that funny? It's our first edition.
Yes, it's late in the season.
It's the first episode. Sorry, Mr. Nicolosi. Everybody, this is Mrs. Carr.
Hi.
And she and I are here to do our first episode of Kitchen Conversations, and we're here live in a special room in Miss Meyer's room, Mrs. Meyer. Or is it Meyer or Mayer? It's Meyer. It's Meyer's room. And we're here today, and we have a special guest host, a very special person to the show. She's been on the show 3 times. Everybody put your hands together for Mrs. Sloan. What do you say to someone like Mr. Nicolosi?
Ha ha.
First episode, and you got the run, and he did it.
Number 1 right here, Mr.
I
Nicolosi.
can't believe it. And you know what, Mr. Nicolosi? We're sorry.
Believe it.
She's a lot better looking than you. All right, so we're all wonderful people. Now let's talk about lunch, Mrs. Sloan, because what are the banners that kids need to have when they're in the lunchroom?
Well, you need to be respectful. You definitely need to clean up after yourself. That is your job. Be kind when you're going through the lunch line, and be kind and courteous of other people.
Say please and thank you. And you know what? I'm infamous for my lunch duty, which 8th graders I will have after the holiday break. Oh boy. But we got to be respectful, because if you're throwing your food on the ground, you're missing the garbage can, you're not doing that at home. Mom or dad's going to be after you. Mm-hmm. So let's treat our lunchroom like you do your own home. Now, Mrs. Carr, yes. What do we got for special announcements this week? Because obviously we're live on location. There's no food.
No. All right. So what we have coming up is, starting next week on Fridays for breakfast, I'm going to do cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls. Oh.
Every Friday.
That sounds delicious. I'll be going down.
They're Pillsbury cinnamon rolls. They'll have the frosting. So come down, get a cinnamon roll every Friday.
Now, is the cinnamon roll part of a breakfast?
Yes.
So what do they need to do to get the best deal?
If they want to get the best deal, they would get a cinnamon roll, a juice, or a fruit, like a sliced apple or a banana, and a milk.
There you go. That's the best deal. Now, what else do you got for us? Because the lunchroom's always doing something good.
Actually, I wanted to kind of get a survey and get your opinions on the pizza subs that we did 2 weeks ago.
Pizza subs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was pepperoni, meatballs,
Oh, yeah.
marinara, and
cheese.
mozzarella cheese on a sub.
Delicious. Oh my word.
I would like any feedback from that. And then I also want to get your opinion on doing a pizza burger.
Wow, the audience likes that.
Do you guys think that sounds good?
Oh, baby.
Okay, so I think next week or the week after, look for the pizza burger. And I will make an announcement to let you know when it's coming.
So, Mrs. Sloan,
Yes.
pizza burger.
I'll be down for sure. That
All right.
sounds delicious.
So I have a trivia question for you. All right. Last week on Eagle News, we had trivia about E.T.'s buddy. Do you remember that answer? Elliot.
Yep.
What was the food?
Reese's.
I didn't even finish the question, but you got it right. It's the Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
Not
yes,
Reese's
they're the
peanut butter
little
cups.
Orange and brown ones.
What was going to be my
Awesome.
question then?
What is E.T.'s favorite candy?
Yeah, that's where I was going. So, is that it for Kitchen Conversations? Are we good?
We're good.
All right, everybody stay healthy, eat good, behave,
kind.
be kind. We love you all. Bye, everybody.
Me? Wow, that was an amazing conversation for the second Kitchen Conversations because I was on the first one that Mr. Meta lost. Now, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for our teacher spotlight. Hopefully Eagle News gets out to spotlight a teacher in our school. Check out today's spotlight winner, Miss Vickers.
Eagles, welcome back to this week's Teacher Spotlight. Lucky teacher is Miss Street. Let's go check it out.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Vickers, or some of you know me as Miss Street, and I teach science on Team 703. I love being the Teacher Spotlight, of course, because I love all my Eagle News kiddos that come back to see me from last year. I like a lot of things about teaching. I like that I get to work with kids every single day. I like to see the growth of the kids through the whole 7th grade, not just in height, but also in maturity, and I just like to be able to do fun things with them. Really like things outside of even science, like Service Club and our Empowering Eagle stuff that we get to do. Oh, my absolute favorite unit to teach was body systems and cell stuff, but that is no longer in our 7th grade curriculum. So now my favorite of our 7th grade curriculum is probably our energy unit, where we get to make conversion contraptions and fun things and see how they all work. And
Now let's go ask some teachers about how they feel about Miss Street being Teacher Spotlight.
I think it's excellent that Miss Vickers is in the Teacher Spotlight. She definitely deserves it. She is an incredibly caring and passionate teacher and does anything she can for her students to be successful.
Mrs. Vickers, the Teacher Spotlight? We go way back. We've been teaching together. We've been friends for over 20 years. We started teaching together. She's one of my best friends, and she really, truly deserves this. I think she is an amazing teacher.
Seriously, Mrs. Vickers? What the heck? What's so great about her? I have no idea.
Thanks for watching, Eagles. Congratulations, Miss Vickers. We love Mrs. Vickers here at Hyatt's. Now let's go live to the Eagle News Weather Incinerator, where Channing is ready for today's weather.
Today in Powell, Ohio, it will be partly cloudy and very chilly. There is a high of 61 degrees and a low of 42. Looks like no rain, however, a humidity of 57%. In Breckenridge, Colorado, it is a high of 63 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 36 degrees Fahrenheit, with a wind speed of 14 miles per hour. Don't blow away. Thank you for that great
Back to the newsroom.
Back to the newsroom.
There you go.
Our next video report is a feature in the Columbus Dispatch called Earth Week. This week, Bella and Brooke talk about bats starving in Australia. Check out their report.
Hi, I'm Brooke.
And I'm Bella.
Welcome back to this week's Earth Week video.
Bat starvation.
Australian rescue groups say that they can't keep up with the hundreds of emaciated bats that are being brought to them.
The bats are starving from the effects of massive bushfires, a drought, and severe storms.
The flying mammals feed on fruit and nectar, which have been withering because of drought.
They are also important pollinators of eucalyptus trees, the main food source for Australia's iconic koalas.
Extreme heat last November killed approximately 23,000 bats in Australia, or about a third of the country's bat population.
I'm Bella.
And I'm Brooke.
And that was this week's Earth Week segment.
Hopefully Australia is helping out those bats. Back at Hyatt's Eagle News, we want to remind you of some school rules. Now Haley and Avery's video.
Hey Eagles, I'm Haley.
And I'm Avery. Today we're going to be teaching you how to behave in the hallways.
Don't run in the hallways.
Instead, just walk to your classes.
Don't slam your locker shut.
Close your locker carefully and quietly.
Don't fight each other in the hallways.
Just wave to your friends while you're at your locker.
Don't walk on the left side of the hallway where you can get hit.
Always walk on the right side.
Don't slide down the stairs.
Walk down the stairs on the right side.
Watching Eagles, I'm Avery. And I'm Haley, reporting from Eagle News Studio.
I always walk on the right side of the hallway, just like my parents drive on the road. Our next segment is birthdays. Happy birthday to those who celebrated their birthday in the last few weeks.
Eagles, it's Alexis with Eagle News, and let's take a look at the September and October birthdays. Thanks for watching the video, Eagles. It's Alexis with Eagle News, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
That is all for today's newscast, but we want to end the show with a quote for the weekend.
Don't worry about your failures, worry about the chances you miss when you don't even try. One more thing before we go to the guidance department. TGIF.
Thank goodness I'm female. Permission slips are available today, October 4th, in the guidance office or at lunch. Please return your TGIF permission slips to Ms. Brigham in the guidance office.
Important. We have over 50 girls to express interest in TGIF, but we can only take 20 girls. Please return your permission slips as soon as possible, preferably on Monday.
My name is Natalie.
My name is Mara.
And I'm Channing.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye.